A woman is hired to seduce a wealthy man and ruin his Valentine's Day as revenge for his past betrayal. But as she gets closer, she realizes he's already broken, lonely, and misunderstood. Amara sat quietly in the back of the expensive cafe, her hands wrapped around a cup of tea she had not tasted. Outside, Lagos moved like it always did. Horns, voices, impatience, life. But inside, the air was cold and careful. The woman sitting across from her wore gold rings on every finger. "Are you listening?" the woman asked. Amara nodded. "Yes," she said softly. The woman leaned forward. "You will meet him. You will make him fall in love with you. And on Valentine's Day, you will destroy him." Amara did not blink. She had heard what offers. "How much?" she asked. The woman smiled, a smile without joy. She slid a small piece of paper across the table. Amara looked down, her breath caught. The amount written there could change her life. It could erase debts. It could heal old wounds. It could buy peace. "This is half," the woman said. "The rest comes after Valentine's night." Amara raised her eyes slowly. "And who is he?" The woman's smile hardened. "A man who deserves pain," she said. "A man who broke another woman and walked away smiling. A man who thinks money can protect him from consequences." She paused. "His name is Damilola Adeyemi." The name carried weight. Everyone knew it. Wealth, power, real estate, hotels, private jets. A man who had everything, almost everything. Amara leaned back. "What exactly do you want me to do?" The woman's eyes darkened. "You will make him believe," she said slowly, "that for once in his life, someone chose him, not his money, his heart." She tapped the table. "And on Valentine's night, when he is happiest, you will reveal everything." Amara swallowed. "Why me?" The woman studied her face carefully. "Because men fall easily for women who look like you," she said, "and because you know how to pretend." Silence sat between them like a third person. Amara thought of her mother's hospital bills, her younger brother's school fees, the small room she slept in with leaking ceilings and broken promises. She thought of how many times life had chosen money over love for her. She picked up the paper. "I'll do it," she said. And just like that, fate smiled quietly. Amara was not born wicked. No child is. She grew up in a small town where stories were told at night and lessons were taught through parables. Her grandmother used to say, "A heart that cheats another will one day cheat itself." But hunger has a way of silencing wisdom. After her father died, everything fell apart. Promises disappeared. Relatives vanished. Love became expensive. Amara learned early that survival required masks. She became good at reading men, good at becoming what they needed, good at leaving before attachment formed. But this job felt different, because it wasn't just seduction, it was revenge. Their meeting was not by chance, it was planned carefully. Amara bumped into Damilola at an art gallery opening in Victoria Island. She spilled wine on his sleeve. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," she said, panic in her voice. He laughed. "It's fine," he said. "It's just a shirt." His voice was calm, gentle, not what she expected. They talked about art, travel, and life. He did not boast. He did not flirt recklessly. He listened. And that unsettled her. Most men like him wanted to be admired. He only wanted to be understood. When he asked for her number, she hesitated, just enough to feel real. "I don't usually do this," she said. He smiled sadly. "Neither do I." The lie slipped easily from her mouth, but something in her chest shifted. Days passed, then weeks. Damilola called often, but not too often. He remembered details. He asked about her day. He laughed at her jokes like they mattered. And slowly, Amara began to notice things. His house was big, but quiet, too quiet. No family photos, no signs of laughter. One night, she asked gently, "Do you get lonely?" He looked at her for a long time before answering. All the time, he said. The words landed heavy. She had been hired to break a villain, but villains were not supposed to sound like that. One evening, during a power outage, they sat in candlelight. The city was dark, honest. Damilola spoke. He talked about a woman he once loved deeply, a woman who accused him of betrayal, a woman who left without listening. I was framed, he said quietly, but money makes people believe you are guilty even when you are not. Amara's heart pounded. The woman who hired her, was this the same woman? Fear crept in. What happened to her? Amara asked. He sighed. She never forgave me, he said, and I stopped trying to be loved after that. Amara felt her chest tighten. She was supposed to be acting, but her tears were real. As Valentine's Day drew closer, the plan became heavier. The woman who hired her called often. Remember why you are there, she warned. Do not fall in love. Amara stopped answering her calls because she was already falling. Damilola planned a private dinner, a rooftop, music, candles. He looked at Amara one night and said, I think God brought you into my life when I had given up. Her soul screamed. She could still walk away, but the money waited. The night arrived. Red roses, soft music, stars watching. Damilola stood before her, nervous like a boy. I have something to tell you, he said. Before he could continue, Amara's phone buzzed. A message. Do it now, or you lose everything. Her hands shook, her mouth opened, and the truth spilled. I was paid to be with you, she said. I was hired to break your heart. Silence. The world stopped breathing. Damilola's face drained of color. So this was all a lie? Tears streamed down Amara's face. I didn't plan to fall in love, she cried, but I did. He stepped back, his heart cracked again. The woman who hired her stepped out of the shadows, her revenge complete, or so she thought. Damilola looked between them, truth finally visible, the past unraveled, and Amara stood at the center, between money and love. The woman held out a briefcase, she said coldly. Amara's heart thundered. She thought of her grandmother's words. She looked at Damilola, broken but kind. She reached forward, and just as her fingers touched the handle of the briefcase, Damilola collapsed. The world screamed. Was it too late? Was love stronger than betrayal? Or had money already won? My people, thank you for staying with us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for feeling every breath of this story. If you believe love still matters, stay with us, because the next part will reveal the cost of that choice. Until then, guard your heart and choose wisely. We appreciate you for always watching our stories.